Well, hello, fellow diamond painters. It's DP Crazy Lady. Uh, it is the 28th of August. It is 2:53 p.m. 2026. It's a Friday. Um, I know nobody's really viewed the Feel Look premiere. Uh, that's all right. You do what you do. And then tomorrow, on the 29th, you'll see the finished product. I've finally decided what I want to do with my channel, at least for the next 4 months. Uh, I'm doing an early New Year's resolution. I have numerous unfinished diamond paintings. I started them, lost interest, or had something else come in the mail that I wanted to do. Bored, I don't know. Um, so I thought, you know what? I have numerous ones that need to be finished. I want to try and get them done. So I'm going to have to rekit this next one here. And what it is, which I started, says May 27th, 2024. So that's 2 years ago is when I started this one. It's Curl Up with a Good Book. This is the picture. It is a square. It is a Randall Spangler. It is 27.6 inch by 27.6 inch, or 70 centimeter by 70 centimeter. There are, I think there's one AB, which would be your white, and that's about it. So when I dekitted it, I, put them all in bags like this. Now I have to re-kit and start over. One of the reasons why I didn't like this one, number one, it's a diamond art. That's an issue I have with them all the time, with either static or their squares don't fit right. I don't know if it's the older ones or what, but they're a pain in my butt. So rekitting is going to be not a picnic, but oh well. There are 55 colors in this. The rest of what I have in this pouch is the extras, and we'll use when needed. So all these have to be re-bottled. The other thing I wanted to talk about is, being 74 years old, soon to be 75, whoopie-doo. There are some things I can still do, some things I can't do anymore, or never could do, because you're either, some people are mechanically inclined, some people aren't. What the park made a deal with me. I think I mentioned it a long time ago, that hey, if you give us your mower, we'll go ahead and mow your grass for free. And then after about 3 or 4 days, or I think one time they mowed, then they came back later and decided to return the mower. They said, it doesn't work. It's not working. It either won't start or stay started, whatever it is. So that basically eliminated me getting my grass mowed. I can't afford to pay somebody $25 to mow my yard. That's ridiculous. That is way out of the realm of possibility. So, I borrowed a mower from a neighbor, which I hate borrowing anything from anybody, because once you borrow, God forbid that it breaks down, then you're responsible for any and all repairs on it. And so, so on top of that, I decided, well, I've got to. The grass has gotten really high. They're going to give me a fine, or something. And I can't afford a fine either. So I borrowed it. My daughter helped me mow the grass a little bit. And then as time went on, naturally, it got taller and taller again. And last week, I tried to borrow the mower from the lady next door, but when she's on her medication for her back, she's really bad. She's bent over a lot. And she said, yes, come over and borrow it. Just bang on the window. And my daughter banged on the window and banged on the window and couldn't wake her up. She was just laid across her bed that she has in her living room and couldn't wake her up. So I thought, you know what? I said, the next day, I said, they're going to fine me. They're going to give us a fine. We're not going to be able to afford this. We got to figure out how to get this grass mowed. So I said, you know what? Let's take my mower out of the shed and let's see, if I can figure out what's wrong with it myself. Because I'm sick and tired of people telling me something that they consider like impossible, or they can't do it, or whatever the heck it is. And I spent almost 2 years in auto mechanic school. And I know it was back in the 70s, but you know what? I spent that time there. Plus, my older cars, I used to work on them all the time. And I thought, how difficult and how intricate is a stupid lawnmower, So I took it down by the carburetor, checked the carburetor. It looked clean. It was getting the gas into the carburetor, because mine has a push pump, a push button, and it was getting into the from the tank to the carburetor. So I thought, okay, that's working. So what would the issue be? And I kept looking at it, and I thought, well, what the heck? There's a spring that controls the choke. And because when you were running the mower, you would run it for a while, and then it would only work for a short time, and then it would stop. Then you had to re-choke it, push the buttons in, re-choke it, and it would run for a little bit longer and then quit. And I thought, I know what's wrong with this stupid thing. I know. The spring was completely stretched out. And it wasn't controlling the choke. It wasn't feeding it the fuel. It was too weak. So naturally, the fuel would cut out. You'd have to reprime it again. And once the prime was done and there was no more fuel there in the carburetor, it would shut off. So I thought, how stupid these idiots are up there. And they're men. I mean, come on. They're men. They have to work on whatever mower they have up there, unless they pay someone else and, take it somewhere else. I didn't have any I didn't think I had any spare springs around here or anything. I dug around and dug around, and I had a little bag of different size springs for some reason. Had them around. Some of them were a little too tight or whatever, so I just used the pliers, stretched them out enough, and attached it, fired the thing up, and it works. It mows. I may have to readjust it a little because I don't want it to run too fast. I don't want it to burn out the engine or anything, if it's running too fast. So the next time I start it next week, I am going to readjust that spring and listen to the engine. When I was in auto mechanic school, I worked on carburetors, I worked on exhaust, I worked on oil changes, I did brakes. So I mean, come on. That type of engine in a lawnmower isn't much different than an engine that was in the older cars I worked on, so no big deal. So I fixed it myself. I also have to get my drill out, and I need my shovel that I have. It's not a spade shovel, it's more squared. And I need to dig up some mud that's in front of the mobile home in that area. But I need the drill so that I can drill a hole in at the handle, because the screw or the stud or whatever they put in there to hold the handle on it, the handle keeps flipping off. So I got to drill a hole, find the right size screw, and screw it into there so I can hold the handle down. I thought about either a C-clamp or a regular hose clamp, but I'm not going to go down and buy one. I don't have to. I've got so many bottles of screws and nuts and bolts and everything that I've saved through the years, and they're in jars. I'm sure I can find one. But so that's what happened then. I have a couple more stories to tell you, and I can tell you them when I get back on here. And once this kit up is done and I get started back on this Randall Spangler, I can maybe chat with you a little bit about the few other things that have been happening that are ridiculous. I mean, major ridiculous. So, hopefully you'll be interested in what I have to say. And if you're not, like I said, this is a YouTube journal, diary, whatever. And it's what I talk about. So, as I said, I can't believe that this one was all the way over 2 years ago. Time flies when you don't realize it, or when you're too busy for other things and you kind of let things slip by. So this is what I'll be working on. Hopefully I can get this done, because I'll be starting it now, or finish, getting back to it now. Hopefully I'll have it done by at least mid-September, hopefully a little sooner, but have it done by mid-September. Then I can start on the next ones, because I have, like I said, numerous ones that I've started and not finished. And I've got to get them done so that I can not feel guilty working on something new. And until they're finished, I am not going to do anything else. Period. I'm not sure if Paint Some Way if and when they send a PR package. I don't know. They contacted me again, said one is out of stock. So who knows? that I may get something from them toward the end of September, I don't know. And I also don't know about Felix Arts because I don't know how soon they start a new campaign, or if the new campaign that they start is something that I might want to paint. But with Felix Art, I will make an exception with them. If they have a campaign and I like what they have and I pick one, I will paint it. I will take a break between them. I will work on them and what I'm trying to finish. But otherwise, there will be no other paintings. What I'm working on is what I'm working on. So I've already done a lot of work in my kitchen, trying to clean up stuff in there. I've got outdoor stuff that has to be finished. There's too many things being put on the back burner and not enough getting cooked. So, well, I'm going to get off here. I don't know how long I've been on. I can't see the time from here, but oh well. Hopefully you guys will have a good weekend. Enjoy. Labor Day will be coming up, and we're going to be having fireworks around here like nobody's business, except they better not shoot them in the park again, because the manager said in the new rules we have, which it was always that way, no fireworks in the park, and he himself and his little gang of friends were shooting them off on the 4th of July. So don't put a rule down where only others have to follow and you don't. So let's see what happens on Labor Day with the fireworks, because they better not be here in the park. So I hope you all have a good weekend. Enjoy. Happy painting. And I will get back with you in a couple days. Maybe Sunday or Monday. So hugs to you all. DP Crazy Lady. I'm out.